is everybody doing tonight? Hi, everyone, and welcome. We've got a newbie here tonight. Hopefully you can hear me, unlike last week when I started with my microphone muted for a good 2 minutes. But Monica was here to save the day. So let's see who we got here tonight. We've got some comments already rocking in because we started the stream yesterday. I set up this live stream and pre-prepared it. And you folks started commenting early, which is really cool. So check this out. We got a new viewer with us, DG Outdoors channel. How are you doing, sir? I really enjoyed watching your live stream today. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it live. I apologize. I really wanted to see you live at 7 p.m. my time, but I went over to when I finally got over to check it out, it was about, I don't know, 7:40, something like that. So you probably only went for what, half an hour, something like that, I'm thinking. But hey, folks, go check out DG Outdoors channel. Really cool. Looks like you do some crossbow hunting and some air rifle hunting. But wow, what a nice outdoor area you have right out back your back door. Super cool looking. What do you call that? Well, here, why don't we do this? Let's go take a look at his channel right now, folks. Let's do that together. And I see that my dad, the Texas Gypsy, is here, and Monica is here. Old Faithful, thank you, Monica, with a K, is here. Very good. Let's just go through the comments real quick before we jump on, and we'll look at your channel, DG. I want everybody to see it. Daniel, we will call you Daniel, since that's what the DG must stand for, yeah? Monica. Daniel, you're in Indiana. I didn't pick that up from your video, so I might have missed it, but either way, I am wearing the hat we talked about last week, the Scottish hat. So that's good. All right, let's take a peek at the web, and let's just go look at. Here's my shortcut to Daniel's channel. And while we're at it, let's open a couple of others here too for us to look at. So Daniel's got a nice looking channel, folks. It's got almost 3,000 subscribers. He's beaten me in subscribers, I think. It's a race to 3,000, Daniel. So here's the live he was doing earlier today. Hunting for tips, live stream number 1. And it was really cool. You can see I got it stuck here. But look at this, folks. He jumps ahead. Actually, I want to go back just a little bit to when he was looking at that really pretty, what do you call that, Daniel, where the power line, like a power line strip, right? Yeah, there's a good view of it where the power line goes off into the distance. And the sun's going down and the sun's setting. This is so nice. You have such a beautiful view. I don't care if the power line's there and the power poles. You have this gorgeous view into the distance with the sunset hitting the trees. That is so nice. And you got this archery range set up right in your backyard. It's super cool. So let me put a link, because you guys can't, we talked about this today on Rob the Maritimer's channel. You can't click each other's channel names in the chat, unfortunately. So there's a link right there if anybody wants to check out his stream after this stream. Go back and rewatch that stream. I wonder which clan has this tartan. I should look it up. Talking about my hat, I assume. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure. I really like this brand of hat. I will show it to you. I like it too much. That's the problem. This company, Boston Scally, and I guess I could log in and see what the name of it was. The one that what is the name of this hat pattern? I can't remember. I really liked it. If I go to my account here, sign in. Come on. I don't want to do all this on the live stream. Well, anyway, guess it doesn't matter. I don't remember what the name of the hat I'm wearing is, but I'll look it up later. Yeah, it's a cool company. These are super comfortable, really well made, nice materials. Oh, you know, I forgot. You can look inside the hat. So this model's called, let's bring this so I can see what I'm looking at. Yeah. This model is called the Contender. So I don't know what the tartan specifically is, but this model was called the Contender. And let's see, I wanted to show you folks something. I've got a list of things to talk about here, which was actually in my thumbnail, my little piece of paper here to talk about stuff. But Monica had something on her channel that was really cool. One of these videos. And I actually saved it in a separate location. I don't know how to say this word, Monica, but you made this video. Is this the right one? Yeah. This location, the East okay, so I'm just going to give it a shot and try saying it. Aquhorthies. It's Aquhorthies. Aquhorthies? I don't know how to say it. You guys can tell me. Yeah, it is like a, you're right, Monica. It's like a newsboy's cap. Yeah. Good word for it. And DG, yeah, the first place I saw you was on Rob the Maritimer for sure. So we're going to try and check in on your live stream next Wednesday. This is, I think, our 8th or 9th live stream in a row consistently on Wednesday nights. I was doing it at 6 o'clock p.m., but I switched to this later night one to try and catch more folks across the rest of the country and also to make Monica stay up late. Haha. So what is it, like 10 after 3 or something in the morning? Yeah, Monica's not getting any sleep. And she got a new job, so she can't be staying up late. Anyway, these Aquhorthie stone circles, these are so cool. It's like a henge. Man, you caught some really amazing shots. Do you do all this with your phone? Because this, the rich saturation in this color of this circle is so cool. Wow. This is kind of like a altar stone or something with 2 tall stones on the side of it. I found, let me show y'all, I found several other videos. I'm just going to open up, I don't know if you guys know this trick, but this is a cool trick. If you have a folder in your bookmarks, you can hover over, if you hover over the folder and middle mouse button, it opens up all of the contents as separate tabs. So we've got all these other videos that I saved. Here's the Aquhorthies stone circle. Yeah, you did it with your old phone. Okay, so you're using a separate phone as a camera. That's a smart idea. So you have your own main phone to work with when you want to do stuff. She says, Scott, I can't pronounce it either. Only Keith, but he's in bed. I think it's 4,500 years old, and I'm going to do the history soon. The mountain called Banache. Very cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Do a video talking about the history. That would be cool. You know, you could just hop over to Wikipedia and just write down some of these details on a piece of paper. And as you record your video, you know, look down at your cheat sheet and look back up at the camera and put it in your own words. And then look down at your cheat sheet and look back up and put it in your own words. That's what Rob the Maritimer does. He's got his cheat sheet. He just does that sort of off the top. Now there's 2 stone circles with the name Aquhorthies. So I'm not sure if you were at this east one or, let me clear that out of the history. There was this one. Okay, that's the one here. And then there's this one. This one's called the East Aquhorthies Stone Circle, and it's further inland. And then there's the one we were just at a second ago, which is further east, really, really close to the shore. So you can drop it in the comments there and tell us if you were at the one by the shore or the other one. But I'm thinking you were at the other one because I think that, no, not that one. I think you were at this one because this looks more like the video. Let's just pop our little Google Street Man in there. Although this has the fence around it, but I think that's the key right there. Yeah, the east one, the second option. Okay, right. You were at the second option. So I guess that's not this one then, because this is the inland one. So you were at the one that's further to the coast. Gotcha. Cool, cool, cool. Yeah, cool. And DG says, okay, what kind of channels do y'all have? I do hunting, fishing, camping, archery, firearms, wild game, cooking, lots of outdoor stuff. LOL, they say niche down. I think you have a good niche, Daniel. You focus on, in general, outdoorsy type stuff, and I think that that's a good niche. You can still do all of those things: outdoor cooking, outdoor hunting, archery, firearms, the crossbow stuff. You even talked a little bit in your live stream about dressing squirrels. You have that tree mounted squirrel dressing kit. So I think that that's all within the same niche. Just real quick, I want to show a couple other of these videos that are on this circle, and then I'll get back to the niche thing. This one's in the snow. This one's by the same channel that was in the snow, but he visited it more like springtime. And then this video here by Stoyle Tellers is more of like a documentary kind of thing, but this is the one with the fence around it. So, Monica, look at all these videos and get some inspiration for your documentary one, because that'd be pretty cool. All right, so answering your question, Daniel, um, did I leave that? Yeah, let's. So my channel's, I guess, niche is pretty well described in the description, right? I say I'm finding hope, healing, and mental well being in nature's peaceful places with like minded city stress souls. So I guess the niche for my channel is essentially trying to help people who are stressed out from living in the city, and that's not going to apply to you, Daniel, but I think you'll get something out of it. People who are stressed out and have um, just kind of feeling that crowded in by city living, or there's too many people living close to us. The suburb thing where you got houses up next to you and retail and traffic around, it kind of gets on your nerves. So the niche of my channel is really encouraging people to get out into nature and get away from the city, just to kind of reset your mind and clear out some of that hassle type stuff that we find in our um, city living. So, Daniel, looks like you kind of got that solved by living out in a little bit of the boonies there. Maybe you don't struggle from that kind of stuff, but yeah. So she says, I don't know how to box it. A lost soul, I guess. Poetic narration, nature, life, desperately loving soul channel. I think that's a good niche. Um, your channel, Monica, is kind of that's a good way to put it, right? The poetic nature, poetic narration, nature, life, the you could kind of even phrase yourself as the desperately loving life soul channel, right? Lots of reflection, lots of nature scenes. That would be good for you. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah, check the tip out. See what Keith's father has some lovely books. That's cool. So you get all this history of the Picts and Neolithic stone circles. That'll be great. See, just make notes, write notes down on um a note card or something, so that you'll have something to refer to back and forth, right? All right, so another question. Monica asked me about the alligators because my most recent video. Welcome back. Let's turn the volume up. We don't want to have feedback. In this video that came out yesterday, and I think I'm going to do Tuesday videos instead of Monday videos, because honestly, I got a day job and I come back to work on Monday. There's just too many things going on for me to. I've just got too many things I've got to do on a Monday morning to try to release a video as well and keep up with comments and stuff like that. So, um, but in this video, I'm walking around in this what would we call this? Okay, let me go back to that scene right there. That was a good version of it. It's a boardwalk style elevated boardwalk out over the Everglades and swamps with an observation tower. That's what I'm going to call it. And I mentioned that there's alligators in this area. And so, pretty funny comment from Monica about the alligator giving her the heebie-jeebies. Um, I do have. Let me see if I don't think I have this application shared, but I can real quick set this up. Let me set up a view of Screen capture. I'm going to call it pics. I'm working in OBS to do my live streaming, so we're going to do a application window, and it's, what app is that called? It's called Photos, right? What is this application called? Photos, yeah. I should be able to find this. Where's my photos? I'm not seeing it. I'm trying to share. Hold on. I'm trying to share the window. Maybe it's under application. Applications. There it is. Photos. Haha. Here we go. Okay, let's share this. Where is it? It's huge. And it's huge. This is not the smoothest arrangement of, I didn't have it ready to show. All right, so now we can see the Photos app real quick here. And I do have some photos to show you. This is the picture I took with my phone that showed up in the video itself. There's a nice view out over the Everglades across looking south. And here is the cute little alligator that was in the water right under my feet. So mostly harmless, nice little guy. He was just swimming around underneath the boardwalk area. Super cool little alligator. He was probably about 6 feet long, something like that. They do have this warning so that nobody gets the idea to go jump in that water and do anything stupid, because people would do that. And there's a nice little view of where where the nature area is on the highway. It's like right on a exit, like a rest area of the highway. And you can see that in relation to where I live. I'm over here on the western part of Fort Lauderdale. So there you go. All right, let's go back to our list of things I want to talk about, because I don't want to forget any of this stuff, but I also don't want to forget your notes. So remind me every once in a while. I got to look at your notes. Daniel says, so I'm 2 minutes from town, if that. LOL, but it seems like I'm in the middle of nowhere, city limits and right down the road, so I can shoot firearms and stuff and hunt literally in my front yard, which is nice. But also, if you need to get something from town, it's not a massive drive. Where my daughter lives, if she wants to go to get anything, just even a quick bite or something, it's like a half-hour drive. She's up in Virginia, so nice big fluffy clouds. A gator. It doesn't seem exotic to me. It just seems like local wildlife, Oh, look who's here, everybody. It's Granny. Granny's here too. Granny, we were just doing a quick little walkthrough on everybody's channel. So since you're here, y'all, let me just real quick show you Granny's channel, because Granny is super cool. She is the coolest. Let me pop that open. The best way to get to her, I think, is just, it'll show up in my history. Granny did a live stream, but she live streams a lot. Here she is. Look, everybody, it's Granny. Let's just pop one of her random videos up. How can I get to your channel? There we go. This takes me to your channel. No, that's not the channel. How do I get to the channel? Come on, here we go. Bink. Granny's Corner. Y'all need to go check out Granny's Corner. What a sweet lady. And everybody's saying hi to Granny. That's very good. Definitely. Hello, Granny. So you got to check out her live streams if you can. She's just dropping little pearls of wisdom to you when she's not sick, laid up in bed. Granny says, I love that. Yeah, we are. I agree with you. We are too kind, but that's okay. Graham says, I'm coming over to subscriber. Okay, good. Daniel's going to go subscribe. Y'all got to check her out. Just spend some time watching a few of her videos, especially the lives. She does these quick little lives where she sits and just sort of rambles the wisdom off the top of her head. But she does videos from her car, from her garden, and another person that we met over at Rob the Maritimer. So definitely go check out her. Let me do this. I did this for the previous. I'm going to drop the link to the channel in the chat. And I think I forgot to do that to a couple of the others that we were just looking at. So I could do that as well. DG Outdoor. Did I put a link to yours? I don't think so. See, we were talking about this on Rob the Maritimer's live stream today, that you can't really click each other's channel names and get to them easily. But I can. I can easily get to y'all's channel. So here is did I do copy? Yeah. And a link, and here is a link to the Quiet Nomad's cool Scotland stuff there. So yeah, this is nice. We got 5 viewers at once, guys. What are we going to do with this wealth of riches of viewers? I don't know what to do here. Outstanding. So it's nice y'all are exchanging pleasantries in there. So we saw the alligator pic from that little trip out there. A question from Monica was, what was that pretty music playing at the end of the video, right? That's this music. So that was playing at the end of the video. I'm going to show you how to get this kind of music. So there is, in YouTube, there is a audio library of, what is the word for it? Royalty-free music. Royalty-free music that we can use in our videos. And there's just hundreds and hundreds, something like 800 songs in here, and you can sort it by types. You know, if you want to look for rap or R&B or pop or country or anything like that. It's studio.youtube.com, blah, blah, blah. But you can really just search for audio library and you'll come to the YouTube Studio audio library. And the one that you liked, you can come down here for the search filter. If you search for the word fractal, it's called Fractal of Light by somebody named Chris Haugen. And it's under the country and folk genre. And right over here on the right, I got to make this bigger. No, where is it? Here it is. There's the download button right there. You can download it. Oops, I made that a little bit too wide. It came off the screen. There we go. Yeah, so there's a download button. If you hover over it, and it's right where the date is, you can hit this, download the file. It'll give you like an MP3 or something, and you can put those in your videos, and there's no royalty. You can use it endlessly. All of the music that I play at the beginning and end of my videos, which sounds like, let's see, my intro music is usually this. But I haven't been doing intros lately. I've just been jumping straight into the video. And here's what's normally my outro jam. And I use it because I just love this part that's coming up right almost here, right? Isn't that a pretty guitar sound? So let's see, I'll tell you what those are called too. Those are called Sunrise from a Moonbeam and Some College. And feel free to use them because I didn't write them. They're not my music, but you can come over here and you can preview them. Let me show you also, if I take off this word and you have a whole bunch of them, you can just click this button to preview them. See what they sound like. That's weird. And then there's also, you can search for things like epic, you know, and you'll get cinematic. dramatic stuff. That kind of stuff. So you can search for these, and all these are downloadable. And I've got a folder of, I don't know, 20 or 30 of these things that I've downloaded that I kind of like. That's where they come from. Let me go back to the chat and see what y'all are talking about in case I miss anything. So Monica said, yeah, she likes this howdy. She loves that greeting. Got an I here in Scotland, and I had my cowboy boots on today. So howdy, howdy, howdy. Who's the YouTube coach that starts? Nate Black. Nate Black starts all his videos with howdy, howdy, howdy. And then she says, yes, 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 that's the one talking about the music I was just playing. And she says, I have to check this out as I'm cutting my videos on my second phone, and CapCut has an interesting mixture. In love with that music. Yeah, so go look for the word fractal under, you know what I'll do also, but let me just grab the URL of this studio so you don't have to search for it yourself. I'll drop that in the chat. There we go. And Mr. Gigi says, I had a buddy use an AI app. I wrote some lyrics and he made intro songs for my channel and a few other songs we made. Oh, that's a cool idea. Yeah, I've seen demonstrations on YouTube now of how easy it is to put together music. I mean, you have AI write the lyrics, and you have AI compose and perform the music, and have AI sing the lyrics that it wrote. It's wild what you can do. So that's not a bad idea, having an AI generated song. Yeah. Says, hey, Scott, I'm going to give away one of your secrets. You've been playing guitar for almost 40 years yourself. That's right. The only thing is, I have a problem with the word almost, because I passed 40 years. Started in the summer of 1985, and I think I started taking my first lessons June, July, I want to say, using Mom's acoustic guitar. But yep, and Nomad wants to know when we're going to see it. I don't know if it's going to come through. Here's something fun to do. Let's see. If we tilt this down, I don't know if you're going to hear anything because I don't have it turned up. But here's the cool thing is if I play, I've got a really cool what do you call it? I've got a piece of theme music. I forgot I'm not up by the mic, so I shouldn't try to talk when I'm not by it, right? There's a piece of theme music that I got from that YouTube place that I used to use all the time. But I don't know if you're going to hear the guitar over that because that's probably loud, right? If I, you know. So, I doubt that's coming through anyway. Let's stop that. So, yeah, I've been playing, I think it's over 40 years now. But that's not what this channel is about. That's not what this channel is about. There's other channels where they play your guitar. So, let's turn this back up the way it goes. Let's get back on track, you guys. It's going to be a 3-hour live stream like Rob the Maritimer if we don't stay on target here. What are y'all talking about? Granny says, where are y'all from? I was born and raised in Florida and live in Sebastian, Florida now. That's how Granny talks, in case you're wondering. If you hadn't seen her videos yet, that's how Granny talks. Where are y'all from? So, Granny, if you're in Sebastian, I'm due east of you. We're over in Fort Lauderdale area here. And Daniel says, I can't play any instruments, but I've won some karaoke contests in my day. Oh, that's good. You got a voice. You can sing. That is very good. But Granny's from, oh, no, not Granny. Daniel's from Indiana. He said, Granny, I'm from Indiana. And then Monica says, I'm from Hungary, a tiny village, Fejér County. but I live in Scotland now in Aberdeenshire, and I'll be staying here until then, until the end of times. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. Cool. Yeah, I don't know if that music was coming through. I was playing some tune for you there, but I don't know if it was coming through. Yeah, Dad says it was coming through actually, so that's good to know. Um, Granny, I bet Granny, I bet you can play the radio real good, but you play the live stream like nobody's business. And Monica says she plays recorder, violin, drums, and can recognize the piano keys. I cut through muscles in my hands, so no guitar for me. Oh, bummer. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, there you go. And my dad plays the radio. In case y'all didn't know already, by the way, this Texas gypsy feller, that's my dad. He's in Texas, if you didn't know. So there you go. Okay, so we've done the music. What about hypes? I wanted to show you all some. Well, by the way, this is Robbie here. Robbie's made a few comments on our channels. He's got a neat channel. He's in Australia, and he had a channel that was about the art and drawing that he did, but he's pivoted, and his channel is now mainly about advice along the lines of financial type advice. For example, putting your affairs in order. Should you downsize your house? How to talk about your legacy without it getting weird. 2 documents every family needs to avoid fights. So it's really cool. It's a lot of documentation from a legal perspective that's very wise, sort of a from a legacy and succession standpoint. Very cool. All right, let's talk about hypes for a second because these are new. Hypes are new. And what hypes are, let's go to the studio. It's a new feature they just released, and I think it's only on mobile for now, but you'll see a smaller channel and you have the opportunity to hype them. And what hyping them means, you'll see a button that says hype this channel or hype this video. It's kind of like a super like, and it gives people a little bit more of a boost than just a normal like does. But I think you can only give 3 hypes a week. I think you're limited to the number of hypes you can hand out. Now, what's cool is if you go into your channel's analytics page, you can see the statistics on your hypes. I've saved a little advanced report here so we can see 2 people have hyped a video, or 1 person has hyped 2 videos. I don't know how to say it. But look at this. The new video, You Got This, Rise Above the Stress, somebody hyped it. And my touching things, feeling the forest video about the getting physical contact, somebody hyped it. And I wouldn't be surprised to learn if it wasn't Monica or Dad or one of you other folks from Rob the Maritimers. I bet it's somebody in this room. Come on, you can own up to it. You can admit it. So somebody, I haven't seen it, the hype feature in the desktop version of YouTube here, only on mobile. But when it says small channels only, yeah, Granny confirms you can do 3 hypes a week. They say you can only hype small channels, but Rob the Maritimer says that that's anybody with less than 500,000 subscribers. So, yeah, that's not a small channel to me. And where are you talking about there being plenty of non-touristy places are there? If you need more like a country life, then I would go to the west. If you want a little middle, go to the northeast. You must be talking about Scotland, right? Yeah, plenty of bonny places to visit. Edinburgh is a good start. Gotta go to Edinburgh and see the unicorn. All right, where are we? We've got a couple other things. Okay, I wanted to talk for a second about bullies. Because Monica was talking about the bullies sometimes leaving comments on her channel. And she's right, they're jerks. And they're always going to be there. If we're going to put ourselves out there and be brave and make videos or go live, even people who make shorts, even people who make faceless voiceover videos are going to get haters. Even people who just make scenery and ASMR and music with no talking, they're going to get haters. They're always going to be there. And it just goes with the idea of putting yourself out there. And I personally actually just pin the hater comments to the top of my video. So if I have a video and somebody insults me or something mean-spirited, says to me or my looks or the channel or whatever, I pin it to the top. Now, if you're thin, I recommend you do that. If it really bothers you, just delete it, and you can block them. You can make it so that they're not able to ever comment again. They'll never see your channel. But I come from the school that says that there's no such thing as bad advertising. Right? There's no such thing as bad exposure. So if somebody wants to drive up the engagement on my channel by saying something dumb, and then somebody else argues with them and says that they're being dumb, and then they argue more saying, no, I'm not, you're dumb. And I don't think it's a bad thing. It tells YouTube that people are interested enough in my video to have a conversation. So if I happen to be scrolling through and I see, somebody post something that's just super, super insulting, I'll usually pin it. And by the way, you can't pin a video from in here in the YouTube studio. You have to you have to click this link over here that takes you to the actual comment in the video, and then you can pin it. So like, let's say, for example, if this comment from the Quiet Nomad was actually mean, she says, silly, I thought it's coming straight away and never wanted to look and sound artificial. That's so yucky. She's talking about, her abilities, right? If I went to this post, it takes me to the video. I'll just go ahead and pause it. We scroll down and we see these. You can pin people's comments, right, like this. So if you pin it, if you pin a comment, oh, what do you know? I just happened to find the conversation about people being trolls while I'm on the topic of that. So, if you hit pin, it just moves there. It says if you already pinned a comment, it'll replace it and move it to the top. And then that person's message will be pinned to the top. And I think they also get a notification saying your comment was pinned. So, I don't care if people say stupid stuff and want to criticize me, more power to them. Doesn't bother me one bit. I'll just pin them and then let other people see how dumb and stupid they're being, All right, let me get caught up on the comments here. Let's see. Granny says, I just ignore the rude or uncanned comment. Yeah, that's nothing wrong with doing that. Just ignore them. If, haters going to hate, right? As my dad quotes T Swift, because, everybody knows that my dad's a Swiftie. Yeah, so she says, that's a touchy topic for me. I've never been a bully, nor will I be. The tricky part is when they also gaslight you about their bullying. I would need some practical advice on this. Yeah, it's tough, right? They'll gaslight you and tell you that they're not bullying you. You're just too sensitive, or you're taking them wrong. Honestly, if it bothers you at all, if it bothers you even to the point where you think you need advice on this, then just ignore them or block them. You can block them from the channel, right? If somebody makes a comment here, like let's just go to, where was Granny's comment? Here we go. Like Granny said, thanks for the information about my nature thing, right? And by the way, it's not that far from you, Granny. If you're ever driving across the state from Sebastian, it's mile marker 35 or something like that on the Alligator Alley. But from here, look at this. Look at all the things we can do. We can hide the user from the channel, which means they never get to post on your stuff ever again. If you report them, YouTube finds out they're being a jerk. They'll go investigate it. You can hide them from the channel and then remove the comment. This right here takes the comment off. So Monica, if they bother you, if they bother you at all, then you can come in here, just hide them and block them and remove them. But I pin them because if somebody's going to show their butt and say something stupid, I pin it to the top so everybody can see that this person's a jerk. And everybody can see that this person's being an idiot. Let them go fight with them in your channel, because YouTube's just going to see that as an engagement situation, So that's my take on bullies. I just pin them to the top. It also tells them that they're not getting you under your skin, I guess, and what they're really trying to do is get a reaction. They're trying to get a negative, riled up reaction. So by pinning them, it's me telling them I don't care, But yeah, Daniel says just hide the user from the channel. I agree with all those. Anything you want to do, yeah. Monica says, "Shame there's no button for that in real life." All those sentences, yeah. Well, don't worry about it. Honestly, don't let these people bother you. Anybody dumb enough to make a hateful comment on YouTube is really not worth worrying about anyway. And it's a compliment. It means that they think you're worth attacking. That means they see you as a valid target. That means they think you're a valuable person. They wouldn't be attacking you if they thought you were worthless. They're attacking you because they think you're a valued target. So it's a compliment, really. Let's read through some of our comments real quick. We've got some comments from folks. I'm going to go in reverse order. In the past, I've been trying to scroll down and find, the most recent, the first ones first, but I'm going to go in reverse order just because I feel like it. Because I can. It's my live stream and I can if I want to. But before I do that, do you guys mind if I pour some coffee? Because I'm talking and talking and talking with nothing to drink. And by golly, it's just another thing that I can. And I've got the coffee. It's 10:45 at night. And if I've got the coffee, why not drink the coffee? So we'll pour a little cup out of the thermos. It's almost like we're camping together, right? Okay, now we can proceed. Would you like to know how to say coffee in the language of the elves? J.R.R. Tolkien wrote his books because he had already invented a language first. And I've been told on good authority that the way to say lively water or water of awakening is Quivi Yelda. In Quenya, the language is Quenya, and the coffee would be Quivi Yelda. Okay, sorry. Comments. Daniel commented just 2 hours ago, "Hey, thanks for watching my videos. This looks like a neat place." Well, you're right, Daniel. It is a neat place. No, but thank you. I appreciate it. And Granny said, "Hello there." She's just dropping in to say hi. You can see the ones I hadn't seen yet because they didn't have hearts yet. And then Monica replied to my Alligator Alley drop off. She said, "You have to tell me who the artist of the song. We talked about the music already." There you go. In this one, she's talking about you got the Queen on your shelf. Let's do this. Let me go to this view, and I move over. There is Her Majesty. She's always watching me. She's keeping an eye on me. She's making sure that I behave. But yeah, she noticed that in one of my shorts. Basically, I take these live stream videos and later convert them into a bunch of shorts using what's that software called? Opus Clip. You guys ever use Opus Clip? It's kind of cool. You make a video and it takes your video and it chops it up automatically for you into a bunch of shorts, and it fills it up with like keyword heavy titles, and it takes individual sentences that you said and turns it into, so it says the transcript here of what I said in the video, and it took a portion of what I said. It tells me the timestamp, and it says, "So I guess the key feature here is the huge observation tower. I'm almost up to the top of that now. Get top of this. We can, of course." So it shows me here which words I said are going to be clipped. I could hit play and listen to it right here.
So I guess the key feature here is this huge
but you can also edit it. You can add or subtract words that are found in your video from the clip, and it'll create that for you. It also adds this text at the bottom as you're talking. It fills it in, and any words that it deems to be like emotionally charged words, like huge, it turns it into an extra big word. It lets you put your own logo at the top if you want as a watermark, which I'm doing on my shorts. And once you've done that, you can come over to this button, publish on social, and it creates a short. And if you can choose if you want it to be public or private or unlisted. How do you want it to get to YouTube? And once you hit publish now, then it shows up in your video content tab of the YouTube Studio. So it's a pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little feature. This thing automatically cutting up any video into shorts like that. And you can also just take any of your existing videos. Like, let me go to my content page, and if I go to this one, I'll grab the URL. This is the URL for this particular video. And if I grab that URL and put it on my clipboard, then I can come over to Opus Clips. I can paste in a link right there, and it's going to give me the opportunity to decide what kind of AI model I want to use, what genre, how long do I want these clips to be, how many clips do I want it to make. I can type in here, compile the funny parts, or find the moment when I talked about the playoff, stuff like that. And then you hit this white button, get clips in one click, and it goes to work and creates all those shorts I showed you a second ago. I'm not going to click this because I don't want to use up my credits. You buy these credits here, and it wasn't very expensive at all. Let's look at the credit rate here. Let's see. 150 credits was $15. Yeah, $15 for 150. So it's like 10 credits for $1 or something like that. And it doesn't take very many credits to make these shorts. I think I've only used 15 credits, so I probably only spent $1.50. And if you look at my shorts on my contact, you'll see there's tons and tons, 183 shorts already created, and almost all of those were created using that Opus Clips. So it's 15 or $20. It's pretty cool. All right, let's go back to the comments. How did we get on that subject? Let's go back and look at the let's get caught up on text here, okay? Monica says, "Thanks for looking out for me." Yeah, absolutely. That was on the subject, I'm sure, of the haters, Just ignore them, delete them. That's a nice sentence you just said. I have no idea what sentence I just said that you liked, but I'm glad you liked the sentence I just said back then, whenever that was, half hour ago. Granny had to bail out. I'm so sorry. Okay, Granny, I know it's very late. She's got to get up at 4:30 a.m. as always, and I'm glad you like the channel, Granny. You can always check in with us, and I'll see you at the Rob the Maritimer live stream. And you can always watch these live streams of mine after the fact, too. They're available afterwards forever. And Dad said goodnight to Granny. And Monica said have a good night to Granny. 4:30 is less than an hour away for her. That's true, but she's got to get up at 4:30 Florida time. And Granny said thank you. And Nomad said nighty-night. And, okay, Daniel is interesting. I got a bad comment because I shoot a budget crossbow, like $100, $150, but I can hit an inch circle at a target 20 to 30 yards. Okay, so 1 inch at 30 yards would be about 3 minutes of angle, I believe, which is pretty darn good for a bow and arrow or a crossbow. The same thing happens in the firearms world. People like to spend money so they don't have to practice. The same thing happens in the guitar world. I think it probably happens in everything. There's people who will practice, and there's people who will spend money. And then they'll criticize the people that didn't spend the money, who practiced and got good with the cheap stuff. So don't worry about it, Daniel. I think that the theme for tonight is haters gonna hate. And if they're going to criticize your video just because you got a budget item on there that you can perform with, don't worry about it, buddy. Yeah, that is a petty hate comment. You're absolutely right, ma'am. Yep. Well, I don't know what you're talking about when you said the boss. I can't remember now. See, I get behind in comments, just like Rob, the Maritimer, right? You get behind in the comments, and then when you finally get to it, they said that 20 minutes ago, and you have no idea what they're talking about. That's okay. Good idea for the future. I'm going to check that out. It might be useful for my main videos for ads. Never heard about it. What were we talking about that would be good for ads? Is that the thing for shorts, or is that something else? I don't know. And then he said, haha, they said a lot of bad words in the comment in how about they're better than me because they don't use budget gear, but I hid the user from the channel so I don't have to read it. Yeah, that's the thing to do, Daniel. Just knock them out, man. Hide them from the channel, and you'll never have to worry about them ever again. She said they can brew in their stew they cooked for themselves. Where did you learn that statement? I love it. They can brew in their stew. Unfortunately, mine was about how I look and my overweight. That's a sore point as I've had very channeling, maybe you mean challenging years behind me. Don't worry about that stuff, Monica, man. Don't worry about it. That's a good point. You can lose weight, but they'll always be the idiots, right? Don't worry about it. Okay, so the queen. Yeah, that's she said that because I'm showing the queen. Yeah, okay, so you were talking about the short app there for that previous comment. Good, I'm all caught up. What do you know? I'm all oh, nope, I was caught up. Yeah, okay, from your granny. Got it. Yep. Cool. Okay, so are there any comments that I still need to get to? Here she is talking about the queen. Um the Green Gypsy here was saying she follows her too. So this is one of your fans, Monica. I don't know if you know who this is. The Green Gypsy commented on my short about your video, right? I was talking about your Inverarys glow at last week's live stream, and that got turned into a short, and that comment got talked about in my short about your channel, and Green Gypsy said, I follow her too. Woohoo. So, yeah, you got a fan. Let's go look at that channel. What do you say? No, she doesn't have a channel. She just has a YouTube account, and she's following you. She is your subscriber. So, and that's it. We're caught up on comments. Last last but not least, John Ruddy here said he's got a 93rd birthday for his in-law. So that's when I had asked some people on Sunday, what are you doing today? And he went to his 93rd birthday for his in-law. By the way, I just want you all to know, everybody tell John here congratulations, because he is going to be celebrating his 40-year anniversary working at the company I work at. So that's super cool. And Lori's Soul Circle, this is another nice channel. She said this really sweet comment to us about our advice. Remember my video about we're all going to make it? She said, your advice is so simple yet incredibly powerful. God truly gave us nature as medicine. The work you're doing helps people remember that or learn that. So that's a good way to put what my channel is about, Daniel. My channel is about helping people remember that we've got nature right at our disposal to help us get our brains out of a funk. So this is a nice channel. Let's just take a peek at it together. What do you say? Lori's Soul Circle. Nice lady. She's got some nature-based videos. She's got some self-help-based videos, some clearing your mind and getting your head screwed on straight type videos. So let me drop her URL into the bink. I think we might have come across her on Rob the Maritimer. Not positive. Probably. Seems like that's where we meet everybody. And Monica says, nay idea. I'm sure that is in response to who is Green Gypsy. So you don't know who that is. I don't either, but she's your big old fan. Now, what are you saying beautylicious to? I don't understand that comment. You replied to somebody or something. Maybe you saw something on this channel that said that. I don't know what made you say that. Beautylicious? Don't know. You have to expand on what you're talking about there. Yeah, Dad says happy anniversary, John. And oh man, I forgot I wasn't sharing screen. You guys, how can I not be sharing my screen? Oh man, I'm sorry. Okay. So, real quick, let's do this. I was talking about John here. I thought I was sharing my screen the whole time. Sorry, I was on the wrong scene in OBS. I'll show you guys my OBS screen sometime if you want to see that. My live streaming application setup. So here's the comment from Lori, right? And then her channel is, like I said, self-help, mental stuff, get your head on straight, lots of stuff out in nature, how to deal with being laid off, overly attached to sentimental items, good stuff like that. So that's Lori. I did drop her link in the chat. So yeah, thank you, Monica, for pointing out that I wasn't sharing my screen. That's dummy on me. Okay, so she responded to Daniel's comment with the Beautylicious thing. So maybe you're responding to this when everyone is beautiful in their own way. Everyone is beautiful, beautylicious. So, okay, so, yeah, I think that was the last comment we hadn't seen because this one we definitely talked about in the live stream because I remember he's got his 4-letter word there, and you guys may remember Mr. Tendy Edits here is actually a friend of mine. He was a range master at the park here in town, and really, really big park down here. He's a range master. He's got this funny video that Daniel, you might get a kick out of this. He's at a range, and then suddenly, out of nowhere comes his cavalry support on a bicycle. That's the strangest thing I've ever seen at a gun range, but I guess, you come riding to the rescue however you can. And this is where Monica says, "You Americans are crazy." And she would be right, but that's okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's it on the comments. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. Did you guys know I can make a poll? I can make a poll for the chat. I learned this on, who else? Rob, the Maritimer. Check this out. I'm going to show you. If I can put a poll in the live chat for the live stream. So if you didn't know you can do this, I can go to the live video. Let's just go to it in YouTube right now. Immediately pause myself. We don't get a feedback thing. And then let's see, where is it? You know what? I think you have to get to, maybe you have to get to it from the, you guys are, who needs to pay for therapy when I can listen to these self-help YouTube videos? Exactly. I've got YouTube as my therapist, right? Okay, let's go to my, what do you call this thing? Studio. Man, I couldn't think of the word. Studio. Go to live. I'm going to show you guys. There's this, when you're doing a live stream, there's this button right here that looks like a little Wi-Fi button or a radar button. It's called the control room. And if you click that, it takes you into sort of where you stop and start your live stream. And it's got statistics in here of who's, it's kind of narrow right now. There we go. There we go. Move that over a little bit so we can see it. It's got statistics of who's been watching and listening and all this. It started a day ago because I set this thing up a day ago and pre-planned it. So, but we can see the stats ever since I went live. Now, what I want to show you, let me bring this back over and make it the right width and set that back up. Right there. There's a way to make a poll. Moderation, community, where is it? Maybe you have to do it at the beginning. I saw it when I first set it up. Where is it? Top chat, live chat, fan funding. Nobody's funding me. There's no funding going on. All messages. Where is the create a poll button? I saw it. Maybe it's this thing down at the bottom. Yeah, there's these buttons down here. No, that's engage with your audience. Yeah, here we go. Start a poll. There we go. Let's make a poll that you guys can vote on. Okay. So we're going to ask a question. Here's the poll question, everybody. And then I can change what these answers are. I could, pick answers that you can vote for like this, or I can leave a default, which was yes or no. So now I'm going to create this poll. Don't want to do that. There we go. Start the poll. And now you have the opportunity to vote in the poll. And I can see, is Monica's channel the most awesome Scotland channel on YouTube? Yes or yes? So I will vote yes. And I can actually vote in this poll, I believe. No, I cannot. I cannot vote. I have no power in this poll, but you can vote. And I expect everybody to vote yes because it's your only choice. And it may be at the top. If you don't see it, scroll to the top of the comment section. So I might start using the poll just for fun. I think polls are cool. You can also create polls in your studio posts, not your studio, but your channel. Let's go to my channel. Go to your community posts right here. Bink. This is where I always post little comments and pictures and stuff. And you can, in here, make an image poll or a text poll. And a image poll is the same as a text poll, but you put a picture, like a thumbnail picture with it or something. So you can go in here. You can say, you know, purple or pink be... What color? I don't know how to say this, spell this word. That, bougainvillea. What color, purple or pink? And then you make a poll. Boom, and now people can vote on it. So can I vote in my own poll? I cannot. That's okay. So those show up in your posts. And one thing also, while I'm on the tough subject of the community posts, for all of you with channels, I want to show you something. When you're at the home page for your channel and you go to customize channel, this is where you can go to this thing up here that says home tab, and you can order these rows of videos that show up on your channel, right? So when I'm at my channel, you'll see as you scroll down, you'll see, oh, he's currently live. And below that, there's his videos. And below that, the most popular videos. And below that, a row of, you know, my community posts. And below that, this is a playlist. Well, all of that is set up in this tab that I just showed you where you can go to, and you can change the layout. You can click on add section, and you can add all these different kinds of cool sections, and you'll get a section set up. So like, here, let me do a playlist. I'm going to choose a playlist, and I'm going to use my live. No, I've already got that one. I've got a playlist about Publix, and so I click that add section. It comes to the bottom, and I can grab that, and I can move it up if I want. Raise this, and that way, when I hit publish up here in the top right corner, now that section will appear in my channel list. So if I hit publish, just do that, publish, and then go back and reload my channel. Now we'll scroll down. There's the live, there's the videos, there's a playlist, there's the post, and further down here, right here, this is the playlist that I just added for the front page. It happens to be my playlist about Publix videos, which there's not that many. And I'm going to go ahead and take that back out because I don't want it to be there forever. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to say remove section and publish. Bing. So make sure you guys have enough stuff on your channels so that, let me see if I can find and see what we got here. So for example, on Granny's channel, on her layout, she doesn't actually have a home tab, which means she hasn't customized it at all. All it's giving me is just videos. By default, it's giving me videos. There is no home tab because she hasn't gone into that customize and set up that stuff. If you do, you'll see this, the home tab. And the home tab has the layout that I've chosen, right? Let's take a look at somebody else's. Let's take a look at Daniel's channel. Daniel, do you have that set up? You do. You've got a home tab. Good. So you've already customized yours. You've got this welcome video. You've got the For You section followed by videos, which is good. You've all got your shorts lined out. Perfect. You've got the pre-made playlist called Popular Videos, which it picks out the popular videos. And man, you're doing great. Look at this. You got these 27,000 view, 24,000 views, 16,000 view, 13,000 view. You're doing awesome with your channel, buddy. These little red things and these blue things, that's because I've got the vidIQ extension installed. I think most of you guys probably use vidIQ already, but if you install the vidIQ extension, it gives you a lot of information about people's channels. So this is telling me, this red one says it's an outlier, means it did 100 times better than your typical videos. I don't have very many outliers on my channel. Where is my channel? Do I still have my channel open? I think so. If we go to my little popular section, I've got one 19 times more popular, 100 times more popular, 18 times, 46 times more popular. And the other cool thing, I guess, about the vidIQ um, extension, that's what it's called. It gives you this little background information on any video. You can see this particular video, you can see every time the thumbnail got changed. So you can see I had this thumbnail, switched it to this thumbnail, and you can see the growth of the views and how many views they've got. You can also go to overview for the channel. That's the growth of the channel since 2019. These weird looking dips that you see on my channel, that's going by number of views. And there were some times when I made a humongous chunk of videos invisible and not visible because I pivoted, right? I went from being a motorcycle channel that grew, and then made a bunch of videos invisible, brought them back, and then right here in May, I made almost all my videos invisible. So right now it looks like I've got, I think, 300 videos, and you can't see the 1,500 videos that are hidden from view. So yeah, for a while I had something like a million, almost nearly a million views or something, but they've dropped back down because if I make my videos private, then vidIQ can't see them. So, it doesn't see me. It's got some good stuff inside of their extension. You can see if Reddit's been uh, engaging with your videos, which I don't really care. It shows you what channel tags somebody's using on their video, shows you what video tags they've chosen for their video, and also got little scores to tell you whether that's a good one or a bad one. If you want to look at somebody else's video and maybe steal their tag or something, you can also hit this button to just copy all of their tags, their entire set of tags right to your clipboard. Boom, easy. So let's see, what else was I going to talk about? My new banner, right? I didn't really talk about it, although I probably showed it about 100 times. Let's just get caught up on chat real quick, by the way. Monica's, do you pay for the vidIQ? It's so pricey. I found it useful for thumbnails as I stopped stressing about them, but I use just the free version. Would it worth subbing to it? Well, I'll show you what the benefit that I think. I don't know if it's really worth it, and I may not stick with it. I am currently paying for the subscription to vidIQ, but I don't know if I'm going to keep doing it because I don't think I'm getting that much of a benefit out of it. Um, I think, let me go to my content and open up just any video in the edit page. Let's go to one of these videos I haven't released yet. These are all scheduled for the future. I haven't got these pushed out yet. I got a few videos in my back pocket, right? So this video has not been released yet. And I don't know if this shows up in the extension for free or if this is only in the paid version, but it's got these suggested video titles and it gives you scores, right? But if you go to the vidIQ paid page, let me refresh this. What's wrong with their page? Is their page dead tonight? Is their website down? I think their website's down, you guys. I think vidIQ's website is dead tonight. Well, I guess I can't show you what it does. Unless it's hiding it because it knows I'm live streaming. Maybe they coded it so that I can't show it on a live stream. That might be something that they could have done. Wouldn't be surprised. They're smart. So yeah, but it's got a good page. You can see videos. There's YouTube videos that show what the vidIQ webpage itself will do if you paid, but basically it'll do a little I guess the part that I really like is that they've got a pretty good version of Chat GPT. Man, I wonder why it won't show me. It's got to be because we're in live stream mode and they don't want you to see that. But I could actually find a YouTube video, I think, that would show us what I'm talking about. vidIQ, what do I want to search for? AI coach. That's what it's called. Yeah, so this guy here is demonstrating the vidIQ built. This is the vidIQ channel themselves, so their video is showing you how they're they've got a kind of like customized version of ChatGPT, and what is special about that is that it can see the back end of your channel. It can see all the settings of your own YouTube channel. So imagine an AI, a ChatGPT, that also can see your statistics and can see everything behind your video, right? And it can see everything inside your channel. It sees videos you haven't published yet. It sees the statistics and the performance of all of your videos because you give it permission, basically, to see your studio. And I, I'm I've gotten quite a bit of use out of it. Um, the thumbnail generator is pretty cool, right? It creates automatic thumbnails, but maybe the extension does that. I don't know if that's paid or if that's extension. Maybe the extension itself does that, and you don't need a paid one. So let's see. Um, Here's my dad arguing with himself about how to spell bougainvillea. The easy way to do it is just start typing it and let spell checker fix it. See, watch. You just go Bougenvella, which is obviously miscorrected, and just let it autocorrect it. That's how you spell it. You just type it wrong and let the spell checker fix it. Okay, let's see. Yes, it probably was Rob the Maritimer. And then she says, drum roll. And then Daniel says, why does it do that? I noticed my live said it was made 7 hours ago because I scheduled it. Wouldn't it mess with your CTR? That's a good question. On the live, I set it. I don't think it really messes with the CTR. I set it up ahead of time. Where's videos? Content. Oh, I'm inside of the video editor. Let me get out of that. We go to content. We go to live. We go to this particular live stream. Look at this. It's even though I set it up a whole day ago, the statistics are starting yesterday, 4:13 p.m. when I did it, and it's not showing anything for all this time. But I think that they've got it customized, Daniel, so that live videos don't really suffer from the being ignored thing, because you can't really click into a video that's not live yet. Okay, somebody is wanting to say hi. So Suzuki says hi, everybody. She doesn't really want to say hi. She wants to climb up here. So, hello from Suzuki. Why are you saying this? This must be from when I ran the poll or something, right? Nay idea about live. Scott is your man as he seems knowing screen sharing, background music, and all the techie stuff. What was the question you were asking, Daniel, though? Oh, it must be this question. Why does it do that? Yeah, I think we touched it. We already talked about that. He says, that's exactly how I learned how to spell it. Suzuki, I'm going to speak on behalf of Luke. Luke says hi, I'm sure. Okay, let's get my notes. I'm glad I've got my notes. This is the notes that were in the thumbnail. So did you see my new banner? I think I showed that to you. I kind of got off subject there 4 or 5 times in a row, but if we go to the channel itself, I changed this banner at the top. I previously had a picture of a guy looking at a map, and I like it because I like maps. I'm kind of addicted to maps, and maps are cool. But don't get into trouble over there. I like maps, but it didn't have so much to do with my channel. I guess maps are kind of connected to nature and the outdoors, but I figured I might as well make a banner that's the right color for all of my videos, and all my thumbnails kind of match with this orange theme, and so it's got the word escaping up there. So yeah, that's the banner. It's a new banner. Yeah, Daniel. No, I think you're fine. Just keep on making your announcements. Schedule your lives like a day ahead of time or more ahead of time, because you want people to have the opportunity to click notify me. That's the cool thing about upcoming lives If I just go to YouTube's live section, there's a section over here where you can see all the live videos on YouTube. And some of them are going to be upcoming, right? So if I find, boy, this was terrible. The big news of the day today, man. A moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. I don't care what your politics in life are. His whole deal was that we should be able to talk to people we disagree with and have dialogue and converse with people we disagree with, and they killed him. It's terrible. So I'm trying to find. Yeah. So look at this. Okay, this is a live stream. I don't know what this is. It's probably some North Korean thing or something. But his live stream has been scheduled ahead of time. It's scheduled for September 10th, which is today. What's it say? 11:30 p.m. So like in 15 minutes. The important thing, Daniel, is people can click this button that says notify me. If you schedule your live streams ahead of time, in a day in advance, people will be able to come in here and click notify me, which is what I did for years and still didn't realize it. So it's easy to not notice it. But yeah, Luke is sleeping at his spot and not able to reply to Suzuki, but that's okay. Yeah, so Daniel, continue to schedule your live streams like a day ahead of time so that people can click the notify button, and that way then when you do go live, if they forget like I did, they'll get a notification that they won't notice. In my defense, I was at the store buying bougainvillea when you started, so I did end up buying hot pink fuchsia bougainvillea to plant out back in the garden. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? We talked poles. We talked about the stone circles. The only thing, let me see if, there's one more thing I want. Two more things. Three more things. Okay, this is a big one. I don't know how I skipped this. Way at the top of the list. But I added this to the channel name. And that was another Rob the Maritimer piece of advice. And his deal is that if you attach something about your name or something to your channel, now this is not for everybody, right? You really got to be confident to do this, but it does help people connect a little bit. They know that the person they're talking to is a human. And originally I had this thing called Scott Auld Escapes the Suburbs, and then I changed it to Escaping the Suburbs, and I just left it at that for a while. But now I've changed it to Escaping the Suburbs with my name, just to kind of add a little bit of humanity to the channel, or to give it that personal connection, and I guess to make it a little bit more relatable. So it's got my name on there now. But if you're yeah, it was terrible news. It's a rough day. And tomorrow's the anniversary of 9/11, so the hits just keep on coming. But if you're not a super confident person, don't put your name on your channel because it'll just draw out the haters. Okay, two things left to talk about. One, this is a tip that I just happened to think of. I'm going to show you what I've been doing. I am posting a link to my video. Hey, Lucid Dev Team is here. Look at this. Thanks for dropping by, Lucid. Lucid's gonna escape next summer. Cool. Yeah, yeah, Dad likes that I put the name up there. And Monica missed it too. She was going to Chapel of Garioch Banachi. So it means the new name should be The Quiet Nomad with Monica, or you could put Monica the Quiet Nomad, or you could put The Quiet Nomad : Monica. But you don't have to do any of those, don't do any of those unless you're really sure you want to, Hey, Lucid Dev Team as well, and Monica and Daniel, I want you to pay attention on this one. This is a good tip if you ask me. So here's the trick. I'm sharing my videos in Google Maps. I'm going to take any particular video, for example, the one I was just pointing at there, my most recently live. I've got all these. Do you come to the live stream, you get to see all the videos that aren't out yet, right? Safe Space, PC was born here, the visiting the hidden birthplace of the PC, transmitting directly from the GMRS antenna, ambient nature sounds. One park is actually 4 parks in one. The nightclub that saved Miami and the Skinny Park. These are all videos that are coming out soon. But what I'm going to show you, let's just use, for example, my most recent live public video where I went to Alligator Alley, right? You come over here and you copy the URL to the video. And so you're ready. Now let's go to Google Maps. And you find the location where you made that video, right? There's a specific spot where you made the video. So in this case, I made it over here at this Everglades elevated boardwalk. I guess if I turn on satellite, you can see it better. Oh, you know what? I'm not sharing this window. Duh. I'm not sharing this window. Here, let me do this. Sorry. That's the problem. I made an incognito window and it didn't show up. Bing. Here we go. Sorry about that. I thought I was, but I wasn't. So I'm Google Maps and I've zoomed way in down here to the place where I made that video. This is the elevated boardwalk where I was walking around in that video, right? And so if you click on the location over on the left-hand side, you'll see reviews. There's all this information, the pictures. People have already started suggesting pictures, and I frequently will submit photographs of places I've been from my cell phone onto Google Maps. But you can go to reviews and look at this. This guy here, who is this guy? He posted a review. This dude with 500 video photos submitted and 166 reviews submitted. I said they're doing an incredible job building this nice nature center for all of us. Be sure to check it out right here in Alligator Alley. And then down here at the bottom, I said I was so impressed I made a new video about it. Now, it's not linkable. It's not clickable. If anybody reads this, they can't just click right into the video. But if they feel like it, they can highlight it, copy and paste it, or they can right-click it if they're on their computer and say go to, and it'll take them to the video. So that's my little secret hidden trick, is you can go on Google Maps and leave a review for any location. So let's say, for example, if I was visiting this Okaloakuchi Slough Wildlife Actually, I think I've already done this one because I have a video at this place. So if we scroll through the reviews, I can't remember if I did this one or not. No, I don't see one there. It would show my review. So up here, I can click write a review. And in this section right here, I can say, write your honest opinion, leave the number of stars, and in there, put a URL to your video. And then that's going to become a permanent marker on Google Maps. So if anybody's ever nearby and they're thinking about visiting this place and they're thinking, oh, I'd like to see an alligator like that gator right there. That's a good looking gator. I'd like to go see that guy. They'll read through the reviews and they may see your review, which includes a link to your video. And that might help push folks over to check out your video. You never know. It definitely can't hurt. It definitely can't hurt. So, yeah, so let's just take a peek at the comments. What am I missing out? I'm not watching the comments. Okay, so, course, that's right. Everybody's saying hi to Lucid Dev Team. Let's take a peek at Lucid Dev Team's channel, you guys. Let's do that. We did a little tour of the videos, didn't we? Go to channel. We've got our tour of people. When you come over to visit my live stream, we go look at your channel, bud. I'm passionate developer, maker, hacker, and programmer. I have excelled primarily Android development. I published multiple apps on the Play Store. Wow, that's really cool. Include the popular home screen replacement app, Lucid Launcher. That is so cool. Very cool. Congrats. And you've got Clippy. And if anybody doesn't already know, you'll start seeing Clippy as people's profile pictures. And there's a movement. You might say it's a movement to have Clippy as their profile pictures. And More than one, folks. This Flex Seal guy, this Flex Seal guy is so funny. He's hilarious. I don't know why you have a Flex Seal video on your channel, Lucid, but I guess I'd have to read it and watch and pay attention. The video proves he's wrong about the product. If you watch very carefully, you'll see that the bucket still leaks. Check it out. Yeah. So does that really happen when he does his bucket trick? Does it actually leak? That's really cool. That's funny. Here he is filling it up. Oops, that's a leak. Well, that's not good. Just add more coats. That's really funny. That's a funny video. That's cool that you developed all those apps for Android for the Play Store. That's really cool. If anybody doesn't know why people are using Clippy, all you got to do is ask Google, right? Why are people using Clippy on YouTube profile pictures? And all the answers. Clippy was annoying, but it didn't mind your user data. It just did what it asked you. Do you want to write a letter? It would help you write a letter. It didn't steal your data. It didn't mind who you are. It just did what it said it was going to do. It was like the first original awesome AI that didn't infiltrate on us. Yeah. Are you saying that you're Lucid? Oh, we're back on Granny's page again. I guess I still had that tab open. Let's close up some of these tabs here real quick. We don't need these millions of tabs still open. So are you saying that your Lucid app is basically kind of like Clippy on steroids? Because that would make sense. Let me bring that back up again. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, that would make sense. Your home screen replacement app, Lucid Launcher. But which one of your apps is like Clippy but with superpowers? It's for the right to repair. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense too. Yeah, the right to repair. It's annoying when they build a product and then they don't let us look under the hood and they don't let us get access to fixing things. Agreed. Okay, well, is that the last thing? The only other thing that I think I was going to show y'all's, the only other thing was maybe one of you, and I can't remember which one of you asked for it, was asking if I could show my camera, and I'm going to show you the DJI camera real quick on that. So the question came about because I made that video where I was walking through 6 Mile Slough, and several people said, wow, that's a really smooth video, and I'm going to show you how I did it. So here's what comes with this camera. This microphone's kind of in my way. Okay, so it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. It looks big right now because I'm holding it out in front of me, but it's actually very small. If you see side by side with my face, now if I hold it up close to you, it looks huge, but it's not really that big. If I show you next to my face and next to my hand, it's a small little camera. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate the screen, and that's going to turn it on automatically. Wakes it up. There we go. And then I'm going to double tap on the joystick, which spins it around. Yeah, okay. There we go. And so there's a little view screen that tells you what it's looking at, right? And I can move that. This is a joystick down here where my finger's pointing, and I can move it up, down, left, right. It's also a tappable button, but if I pull down, it pans down. If I pan up, it pans up. But the cool thing is, this is like a gimbal, right? So it'll hold one spot. So if I double tap on the thing, it makes it look straight ahead. So right now, let's make it look down at my screen, right? And now when I move my hand around, it keeps looking at that screen, and there's a motor inside this gimbal that's keeping it looking the same way no matter what I do, right? So if I rotate, it does rotate with me, but it's keeping the horizon level. And then if I want, I can triple tap it. and it spins around and it looks the other way. So you can carry it like, if I carry it like this with the screen looking at me, and I rotate it, now it's looking at me and I'm getting a selfie view. Do it again, it looks forward again, right? So it'll also, if you want, it'll shoot video in vertical mode if you want to make shorts like that, but just rotating it turns it on and off in the mode that I have right now. The other thing is it comes with this extra long battery, and this is an extra additional battery that clips into it like this. There's a little USB clip, and it's, listen to this. Here, listen to the sound. So you always want to make sure you get 2 little clicks. And now it's got a long battery attachment to it. It gives it an extra hour of life. And on the bottom of that, I've got a tripod. So we can actually just plop this guy down. Here, let me tilt this camera. You can't see it. Okay, but yeah. See? So it's a little tripod. You can also, this is really cool. This is a cool feature. Watch this. Get this up where you can see it. Okay. If I tap my face, it'll automatically start tracking that face now. And so now, no matter when I move it around and rotate it, or if I were to get up and walk, it will follow my face. So the gimbal will now automatically follow me. See how it's rotating to follow me like that because I've got it following the face. So I can set it down and go walk across whatever, and it'll just pan smoothly and follow me. So I've got some videos where I do that. And then last but not least, I can also disconnect that battery guy and connect it to a really big selfie stick. This big gigantor selfie stick is also a tripod, right? Not the easiest one with one hand to get to open up. There we go. So it's a big tripod, and on top it's got a swivelable rotator, and at the top of it I've got this accessory clipped onto it which came with my camera. So that's just what matches up to the camera. So we listen for that click again. I like to hear 2 clicks to know I really got it on. There we go. So I know that the right, both sides are connected. So now this is a much longer stick with the camera on the end. And here's how I did that walking around video out at Okaloakuchi, right? I had it about this far. Here we go. Now you can hear me. I had it about this far in front of me, and I had this base of this selfie stick basically even with my waist, and that was holding that camera up. This is also more extendable, so I can do this. Yeah, that's about where I had it. Just about like that. That's about how far it was from me, and just letting it float out in front of me, and I would walk along with it in front of me like this. So I was walking and talking to it, had it pointing directly at me, and that's how I got that effect at that video I made where it seemed like the camera was following me from in front of me, like I was walking behind the camera basically. So um, let me find that video and show you what I'm talking about real quick here. Let's go to this video. Just jump randomly to a middle spot here. Yeah, there you go. So you can see the camera is out in front of me as I'm walking, and I'm walking towards the camera, and it kind of looks like I'm following the camera around here. Let's get past these shots with the turtle. There we go. That's a good example of it. I'm walking straight towards the camera. It's walking away behind me. It's panning away, whatever. So yeah, that's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 camera. I'm a big fan of it. And let's close this video. because it's just going to keep going. And then it does also come with one of these. It only gives you one, not a pair of them, but these DJI mic 2, which has the clip that you can clip onto yourself, but also has a magnet. You can remove this magnet. Can I do this on camera? This magnet comes off. You can put this inside your shirt and clip this onto your shirt. And so wirelessly, it's a wireless lavalier mic with built-in noise canceling and voice isolation. It's very good. What are you playing with, kitty cat? Oh. She's playing with a pipe cleaner. She found a random pipe cleaner over there. So she was playing with a like a hair rubber band earlier. Okay, that's everything on the list. We got through the list, everybody. The list from the thumbnail. So let me just get caught up on the chat real quick here. Let's see what y'all are talking about. Y'all. Ugh. Sorry, microphone's getting pointed in a really weird way. Okay, let's see what we're seeing here. Okay, I'm not going to pretend to know 100% what you guys are talking about. Hungarian lassie. Which super cool tip was you talking about that I showed? Oh, that's the yeah, that's the leaving comments on Google Maps, right? Reviews. And she says, yeah, it's only 500 pounds away. That camera's not super cheap. I agree. But I have a feeling it's going to last me a while because it's doing 4K. It'll do 4K 60 frames per second, but I don't do 60 frames per second. I think it looks fake. I like 25 frames per second. I think 25 frames per second looks more cinematic and more like what we're used to seeing on movies. 60 frames per second seems really like almost like a video game, you know? Yeah, the gimbal is really cool. I'm giving them an advert. They can sponsor me, right? Yeah, they owe me another camera, sure. What program do you use for cutting the videos? That would be Final Cut Pro. I'm on a Mac, and Final Cut Pro is my favorite. Been using it for a pretty good long time. Everybody complains that it's got a big steep learning curve. I don't think so. It's not that bad. Um, it's a little expensive. I think it's $300 for the software, but you only got to buy it once. There's no upgrade charges ever. You get upgrades for life, forever, and it's a professional level editing software. Final Cut. It's good. Just have to learn how to use it. But there's 1,800 million videos on YouTube that tell you how to use Final Cut. So, yeah, you like that camera, right? And he's saying that I think to the price. Yeah, all that came together with the camera. If you buy the camera, there's something called a creator's combo. You're being a butthead. I can't concentrate. She's being a butthead. Okay, sorry. Cat distractions. The creator's combo, something like $800 American. And that's what comes with the extra battery, the DJI mic, comes with a lens filter. It comes with this little cool carrying case that holds it all together. It comes with the mini tripod that goes on the bottom of the extra battery. So, yeah, it's a good kit. You can get just the camera, but I think you want the extra battery that comes with it. I should be a salesman. Yeah, that's right. They can sponsor the videos. I don't really think I'm a sponsor type guy, you know. Um, yeah, I'm competing with Flex Seal. Um, I don't really think sponsorships are in my future. It's not really my thing. We're not looking at sponsorships on this channel. The magnetic clip is super cool, though. Yeah, that's the best thing about that. Let me show you how that works. Tilt the camera down slightly. All right, so we'll take the magnet off, right? This little magnet that also says DJI on it. I'm going to hold that inside my shirt right there. And then we just take this and touch it. And now I don't have to clip it on. It's just move this mic. There we go. So now it's ready to go, and I can turn it on. And when I turn it on, it automatically pairs with the camera. And then you just pull this away from the magnet and take the magnet out of your shirt, right? I have in the past clipped my microphone up inside my hat. I've seen guys make videos like this, but it's kind of distracting, right? If you got that sitting up there all the time. With the magnet, you could do one of these or do one of these, I guess, but that's very distracting. All you got to do is just put it on your shirt over here, over here. I like in the middle because I found that if I had it on one side, like here, if I turned my mouth like this, there's a noticeable drop in volume and then a noticeable increase. But if you put it in the middle, it's pretty much the same no matter what you do. The other cool thing about these is it records a copy of your audio on the device itself. So you can plug this USB into your computer and copy files directly off this as if it's a little miniature USB hard drive. So there's a backup. Yes, it is recording the audio to the video file. So your video file that's going on your camera on the SD card has your audio on the video file all synced up and matched up, but it's making another copy of the audio on here as a separate track. It's doing the same thing on this, by the way. It puts the audio into the video and it gives you a separate audio track all on the SD card in here. But there's another backup copy of your audio on here. So if this got screwed up or messed up or something, you can record it and it just goes straight onto this. That means also that if you're using a professional high-end microphone like this one, for example, I could take this. Watch this trick. I could take this extra microphone and clip it on to this live streaming microphone. I could turn this on and have it record without even using this camera at all. This could stay in the case, leave it in my bag, not even use it, but simply turn on this microphone. It'll start recording internal and it would be a backup. So if this microphone failed or for some reason I didn't get a good copy of my audio on YouTube's live stream, I'd have a copy of the audio here and then I could make an edit later down the road and sync up the audio manually. So this is nice because you can use it just as an external backup audio recording device. Pretty slick. Right, starting this new job now. Spent 500 pounds, which I haven't made yet. Yes, that's the way it works, right? My dad making fun of me for saying y'all. Lucid says, I went to a local nature preserve yesterday. Oh, really? Where did you go? Hold on. Hold the farm. Lucid, put in the chat and tell us, where is the local nature preserve that you went to? That is what I want to know. You let me know. We'll look it up. And you cycled 42 kilometers. Wow. That's crazy. You must be feeling it. Yeah. Even with the e-bike, I would imagine you still have to pedal quite a lot, right? With the e-bike, it's not like it's like a motorcycle. You're still putting some work into it, you know. Okay, so Monica's Mac is super late 2015. I'm stuck on the phone, although you're right about the program used at journalism school. So you have used, okay, two things we learned. You have used Final Cut in journalism school, and that means you also went to journalism school, which is cool. Something you have in common with my dad there, the Texas Gypsy, has quite the background in journalism. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good feature on the microphone too. Agreed. Yep. So if your Mac is from 2015, about 10 years old, you're probably running into the situation where you can no longer upgrade to the latest operating systems too, which is really going to be a hassle and a pain in the butt. Yeah. Oh, it was really super hilly out there. Yeah, that makes sure. Okay, cool. Okay, so Lucid is close enough to Plano. Let's go look for that. It's called Oak Pint Nature Preserve. Let's go find it, y'all. Do 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 do. Click the map. Open in maps. Ooh, this looks nice. This is kind of big. Oh my goodness. Look at this thing, you guys. That's not joking around. Oak Point Park and Nature Preserve. Let's see, where about is this? Where in Texas is? Oh, I'm not sharing my screen again, you guys. Got to remind me if I'm not sharing my screen. Yeah, she says that's my diploma. Yes, journalism. That's cool. Hammer, hammer will fix the Mac. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, that is close to my dad, right? That's what I was gonna wonder. Okay, so let's pull it up here. Um, what else in that part of Dallas? Gotcha. Okay. Plano, that part of Texas. That is a really cool looking nature preserve. There's got to be a lot of miles to walk around with all these paths, eh? It's also hilly too. I can see the topography a little bit. Big lake in the middle, some woods. There's some paths through the woods. Let's pull out the little yellow man and see where we can walk. So we can. Ooh, wow, this is nice. I want to go here. Got this walking path right along the woods. Let's take a peek over here by the lake. Ooh, no swimming. I bet you don't have alligators. This is a really nice park. Lucid, you must have had an awesome time over here. Whoa. Look, we can see the helmet of the guy getting the Google camera. And this dude's just chilling. Whoops, we passed him. There he is. He's looking at the Google guy like, whoa, what is the Google Maps dude doing here? What is this big? Oh, this is the parking lot. So I was like, what is this big circular thing? But that's the parking lot. That's cool. And there's like a big nature retreat building over here. Boy, that's nice. Wow, this thing's not messing around. Lucid, this is really cool. Hey, leave it in the comments. Was this free to go to? Plano. Okay, here was some comments. Plano is a suburb of Dallas, south of Allen and McKinney. Y'all, I am screen sharing. You're seeing these now, right? Yeah, that was from before. Guys, you have an abundance of nature in America and so much variety. Boy, that is the fact right there. I can tell you right off the bat, I think Texas alone has something like 5 distinct what do you call it? Eco zones, types of region and everything. This is really cool. Let's take a look at some of the indoor scenes from inside this nature center. Whoa, guys, check this out. This is dope. Oh, a big interactive display. Whoa, this is so cool. Here's a map of the nature center itself. This is so cool. Wow, look at that. Okay, I'm going to Plano. I'm going to visit this nature center, y'all. What is this spot right here? It's so pretty. I'm just going to pick another couple of random spots just to see. Okay, that's parking lot. Let's see what this one here is, y'all. This is just a random, I don't know, random room. All right, let's try right here. What is this one, y'all? Oh, it's like a cafe center or something like that. Yeah, Lucid says it's free. Right next to community college I went to. Oh, cool. Right next to a community college. So you've probably been to this thing a lot. That is so nice. It's just this big, enormous nature center here. Ooh, doo-doo. Bet you there's a lot of ducks and all in this pond. No fishing allowed, I bet. There's a couple of spots down in the woods we can drop into and look. That's cool. Now, this right here looks like very much like Florida. This is a lot like Florida and our little in the woods areas with this little creek running through here. Of course, we would have gators in this water. I imagine you probably don't have gators in there in your creek. The Caddo Trail, Old Oaks Trail, all these little walking spots all throughout here. This is so neat. All right. Well, let's do this. I'm going to click on Oak Point Nature Park. And I'm going to give it a save on my start. I'm going to star this as want to go so I don't lose it because I want to remember this spot here. This is really super cool. And now it's got my little green flag of want to go. I've kind of overpopulated my Google Maps with so many pins and scratches and friends and things like that. My Google Maps is kind of overflowing, you know, but that's okay. It's how I remember where things are. Oh, let's see. Oh, they have zip lines and stuff like that, but you never did any of that stuff. Whoa, that's so cool. Yeah, and Dad says, "What community college did you go to? Was it Collin?" And we got no answer on that because he protects his privacy like a brain. Don't tell him. Oh, love the zip lines. Yeah, that would be cool. Zip lines would be awesome. Cool. Well, I have run out of things to talk about that I intended to talk about. I'm almost out of this cup of coffee, and it's almost time to refresh with another thermos of coffee, another mug. And we're approaching midnight, which means we've been live for nearly 2 hours, which means it's 5 o'clock in the morning in Scotland. So Quiet Nomad's going to have to get up for work like in an hour. I'm just kidding. I don't know what time you get up. But okay, my takeaway from today's live stream is and yeah, Lucid says yes to the probably saying yeah, that's what college you went to. Giving away his personal privacy information. So my takeaway from this is I have to remember when I'm showing you this camera view, if I switch to show you something on my screen, I got to remember to switch back to this other view in my OBS live streaming software. I've got these multiple scenes set up. I'll have to show this to you. Maybe next time. I've got it currently set so that it hides OBS from the screen. So if I show you my entire desktop right now, you won't see it. But I can turn that setting so that you'll be able to see my OBS. And maybe I'll take you on a tour of all of the scenes. Like I've got this scene for when it's first starting, and I've got the countdown scene. I got this scene for my camera. I've got this scene for when I'm showing you guys stuff on my computer. I've got another scene right here for my Discord, because I do have a Discord server set up where we talk about videos and stuff like that. And a couple other of my buddies have channels. A lot of motorcycle friends are in here. So I have this channel set up, this scene set up so I can share with you Discord if I ever wanted to share you the Discord situation. This is the scene for It's Over. This is if I want to show you my entire desktop all at once with the camera turned on, except I got the camera out of place right now, don't I? I'd have to fix that camera. Can I do that? There we go. Now I gotta do that. See, this sometimes it forgets this setting, which is really weird, and I have to go back and fix all this goofy stuff that's wrong, which I usually look at before the live stream starts, but I didn't check this scene because I didn't intend to use it. This scene here's got no cameras, just the desktop. And what was this one? Oh yeah, I remember this one. We don't use this one anymore. I get rid of some of these old scenes. But yeah, I'll have to show you the OBS sometime. It's okay. Well, like Rob the Maritimer, I don't know how to end a stream. I'll say the stream is ending 25 times and keep on going down other rabbit holes and other subjects and forgetting what we're talking about. So instead of doing that, I'm going to be a professional and end the stream by saying, I hope you all have a good night. Thank you very much for everybody who could join in tonight. A quick peek at the stats. We had 14 viewers overall and 5 maximum at one time. So thank you, Granny, for dropping in, and Lucid, and Monica, and Dad, and Daniel. Thank you so much. Appreciate every single one of you for dropping in and hanging out, especially those of you who made it here to the bitter end, the diehards. But I'm going to call it a night, and maybe go watch a little bit more TV and have some more coffee. And thank you very much for joining us tonight. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And remember that we're all gonna make it.